Sabi ko namaskar and welcome to What in the World. I'm Monica Hernandez and today we're going to be traveling to yet another awesome country. Anyone know what language I greeted you in? If you said Hindi, you are correct. We're going to explore India's geography, holiday of the month, popular sport, tourist attractions, and language. So, pack your bags and get ready to travel. The show starts now. As always, we have to learn the basic composition of a country before we can dive into its rich culture and traditions, especially for a country like India where there's so much going on. India is located in South Asia and it shares its borders with 7 countries. In the north, we have China, Bhutan, and Nepal, Afghanistan and Pakistan in the northwest, and in the east, we have Myanmar and Bangladesh. India is also surrounded by 3 large bodies of water, including the Indian Ocean, the Arabian Sea, and the Bay of Bengal. India is the 7th largest country in the world, and it's also the 2nd most populated country in the world, with over 1 billion people. Yeah, you heard that right. India used to have 29 states and 7 union territories, but as of August 5, 2019, the Indian government removed Articles 370 and 35A from their constitution. India now has 28 states and 9 union territories after the bifurcation of Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh. So, what's the difference between a state and a union territory? A state is an independent unit that has its own separate government, just like in the US. The state's executive head is also the governor. Union territories, on the other hand, are administrative units controlled by the central government. Each union territory has a lieutenant governor who is appointed by the president. And just to clarify one more thing, New Delhi is India's capital, which is located in Delhi, the national capital territory of India. The two are commonly thought to be the same, but they're not. Lastly, India's topography is composed of various land surfaces, including rivers, mountains, valleys, tablelands, seashores, deserts, and flat terrains. The highest altitude is Mount Kanchenjunga at 28,000 feet, and the lowest elevation is the Kuttanad region at -7.2 feet below sea level. So, given the topography of India, the temperatures depend on which area you visit. The annual average temperature is moderate, but for the most part, India has places that reach extreme levels. For example, Palodi hit an all-time high at 123.8 degrees Fahrenheit in May 2016. It was so hot that the roads started to melt. And Dras can reach temperatures as low as -40 degrees. Believe it or not, you can visit this place, but maybe go buy a super thick coat first. October's holiday of the month and one of the biggest holidays in India is Diwali, also known as Deepavali. The Hindu-originated festival, meaning Rows of Lighted Lamps, is typically a 5-day celebration about the victory of good over evil and light over darkness. Hindus celebrate Diwali in honor of Lord Ram's return to his kingdom in Ayodhya after staying in exile for 14 years. Now, let's talk about the significance of all 5 days to get a better understanding of Diwali. The first day is Dhanteras, or the Day of Fortune. It is the 13th day of the Hindu calendar, which is marked by praying to goddess Lakshmi and the purification of money to symbolize the renewal of good intentions toward it. It's also about replacing feelings of greed with generosity as the people share their wealth with those deserving of it. Markets and malls are full of shoppers, and it's common to buy gold and silver ornaments to enhance household prosperity. The second day is Naraka Chaturdasi, or the Day of Knowledge. It's the story of when Lord Krishna defeated the demon Narakasura, who kidnapped 16,000 women and made them his slaves. The most important ritual of Naraka Chaturdasi is for people to apply uptan to their bodies and take a holy bath before sunrise or during moonrise. Other rituals include dedicating pujas to Lord Shiva, wearing new clothes, applying kajal on the eyes, and cleaning out the home. The third day marks Lakshmi Pujan, or the Day of Light. It is the most important day among the 5 days. To celebrate, people gather to worship goddess Lakshmi to receive blessings of wealth, prosperity, triumph of good over evil, and light over darkness. It also marks the day Lord Ram returned to Ayodhya after he rescued Sita and defeated Ravana, the multi-headed demon king of Lanka. Today, candles are lit to represent the triumph of good over evil and Lord Ram's homecoming. It's also traditional in states like Gujarat to light lamps on their windows to welcome Lakshmi into the home. The fourth day is Annakut, or New Year for the western region of India. An offering is made to Krishna by piling food at the Hindu temples. The pile of food represents the Govardhan hill, which is related to the story of how Krishna lifted the hill to shelter the villagers and animals of Vrindavan from a flood caused by Indra, the king of heaven. At the end of the festival, the hill of prasad, or sacred food, is distributed to the public. Finally, the fifth day is Bhai Dooj, or the Day of Love between siblings. It marks the story of Yamaraja, the Lord of Death, who visited his sister Yamuna. It is celebrated in the northwest parts of India, and it is traditional for brothers to visit their married sisters and exchange gifts and to ensure their welfare. Sisters also pray for the well-being of their brothers against all evils and bad fortune. One more thing you should know about Diwali is the delicious sweet and savory foods eaten on this special day. The traditional sweets include halva, laddu, burfi, gulab jamun, and kheer. For the savory food, there's chivda, bhaji, samosas, idli, and puri. So if you will all excuse me, I'm gonna see where I can eat all of this. Get out of bed and a ball, because it's time to play cricket, India's most popular sport. It is played at the professional level with the Indian national team in the top tier. The team represents India internationally, and it includes all 3 formats of cricket: Test match, One-day international, and 2020. Test match is the longest form of the sport with the longest match duration. It is considered the game's highest standard, and it is played between national representative teams with test status. 2020 is the shortened format of cricket. In a game, the 2 teams have single innings each, which is restricted to a maximum of 20 overs. Speaking of 2020, there's also the India Premier League, which forms 8 professional 2020 teams that represent 8 different cities in India. Finally, One-day international is a limited form of overs cricket, which is played between 2 teams with international status. Each team faces a fixed number of overs, and this is also the format in which the Cricket World Cup is played in every 4 years. Did you know India's national team has won the Cricket World Cup twice? They excel in the sport, and their performance overseas has also granted the team the #1 spot in the ICC Test ranking out of 12 countries. And if that's not enough for you, can you guess who holds the record for the most hundreds in international cricket? That's right, India's very own Sachin Tendulkar. Not only that, he is also regarded as the greatest batsman in the history of cricket. I could go on and on about all the accomplishments India's national cricket team has, but we might be here all day. But I will share with you one last piece of information. In 2023, the ICC Cricket World Cup will be held in India from February 9th to March 26th. So what are you waiting for? Start planning for your trip. And I'd hurry if I were you, because by the looks of it, the stadium doesn't have a single empty seat. I'm not gonna lie, this section was difficult to approach because India has way too many beautiful and historic places everyone must visit. These are just a few that visitors from all over the world highly recommend, starting with Mumbai, the largest city in India. Go visit the Gateway of India, also referred to as the Taj Mahal of Mumbai. The monument marks India's chief ports, and it offers tourists a beautiful view of the boat-studded sea. You can get a boat ride to nearby locations like the Elephanta Caves, which brings me to my next attraction. The Elefanta Caves are famously known for their rock-cut basalt stone structures. It is one of the oldest cave carvings in India dedicated to the Hindu god Shiva. Then head over to the Colaba Causeway Market, also known as the Culture Square of Mumbai. This is the spot for local and foreign tourists to buy authentic cultural items, including traditional Rajasthani silk paintings, jewelry, and clothes. At nighttime, go visit the CST railway station. It is the major international mercantile port of India, and just look at the unique blend between Victorian Gothic revival and Indian architecture. That's just a small taste of all the beauty India has to offer, and there's more to see beyond Mumbai. The state of Goa has been called India's paradise for its incredible beach and nightlife. Whether you go dolphin searching, sightseeing, or partying at night, you ought to have a great time. If you love wildlife, especially tigers, make sure to visit Jim Corbett National Park in the state of Uttarakhand. Go on an unforgettable open jeep safari ride and experience the wilderness firsthand. Have you ever heard of Venice of the East? No, I'm not talking about Italy, I'm talking about Udaipur. Also known as the City of Lakes, it offers breathtaking views whether you go boating, trekking, or strolling alongside Lake Pichola. Last but certainly not least, we can't forget about the iconic Taj Mahal. The shimmering white marbled building is a prime example of Mughal architecture, and it's one of the world's most celebrated structures and symbols of India's rich history. Do you know what time it is? Time for me to pack my bags and tour all of India. See ya! Wait, hold on. I still need to learn the language. Did you know there are 22 major languages with over 720 dialects in India? So how in the world are they communicating with one another? That's where Hindi comes in. There are approximately 420 million Hindi speakers. English is also an official language in India. Now, you're probably wondering why you should learn keywords and phrases in Hindi when English is spoken in India too. While that may be true, Indians are very proud of their linguistic diversity and want to preserve it, especially because the globalization of dominant languages such as English is causing the extinction of less dominant languages and the uniqueness of our world. Besides, learning a new language has its perks. You'll be able to connect with new people who speak the language, and you'll have the ability to advance in your career because the demand for bilingual professionals in the workplace is rising exponentially. Also, people who speak more than one language have improved memory, problem-solving and critical thinking skills, enhanced concentration, and the ability to multitask, and better listening skills. Need I say more? So now it's time to learn Hindi with our expert Veena Savant.
Hello, Namaskar. How are you? कैसे हैं आप? Please, कृपा करके, thank you, धन्यवाद, excuse me, क्षमा करें, yes, जी हाँ, no, नहीं, I am sorry, मुझे क्षमा करें. Nice to meet you. आपसे मिलके बेहद खुशी हुई. Good morning. सुप्रभात. What time is it? अभी वक्त / time क्या हुआ है? I need some directions please. कृपा करके रास्ता बताएंगे? Hotel. Hotel. Restaurant. खाना खाने की जगह. Water. जल या पानी. कॉफ़ी, टी, चाय, फूड, भोजन. Do you speak English? क्या आप अंग्रेज़ी में बात करते हैं? How much is it? कितने पैसे हुए?
That's all we have for today. Stay tuned for the next episode as we'll be looking at a country we all know and love. That's right, it's America's time to shine. This has been What in the World. I'm Monica Hernandez. Agli Bartak.